the harder it is to get there, the more worthwhile it will be to arrive.
From CNR JUTA DE BEER, imi nomsindisi wesizwe, umvelisi ngomelisi wesizwe, formerly known as Lwazi Madonsela, bringing you a show about creative entrepreneurs live from the landmark that not only birth SA street culture but also formalize the street hustle. On today's episode, we have Ponahalo Mojapelo.
That's the thing. Ponahalo is the DJ. Ponahalo is
The ranter.
the persona, the personality. I go with opinions. I go with something to say, and then Ponahalo is me, myself.
I'm keeping that.
Okay.
I'm keeping that.
Don't
That was
delete
the
that.
intro, you know?
Yeah.
Don't believe the rumors. Today we have a special guest. It's been in the works. It's been on the pipeline. I keep writing the amount of people I want on the show. It's a due time thing. And luckily we ran into each other that day because it. So most importantly, since we're some special edition, thank God for the savings. Welcome to CNR JUTA DE BEER.
Thank you
How
for
you
having
doing?
me. I'm good. Very good.
How does it feel to be on top of CNR JUTA DE BEER? Because you were here.
Yeah, it's very nostalgic coming back to BRAAM always. I can see like every inch of this corner. I can see where this happened, where that happened, where this used to be, where we started doing this, where this relationship ended, where this one started, where we used to smoke around the corner. So it's a lot of memories. It's
Sorry,
like,
sponsors. She wasn't smoking.
I quit also. I quit.
Ponahalo,
Yeah.
international DJ,
That's her.
tour DJ.
Yes, sir.
What's that experience like? How do we get to that position? For the kid at home, it's just like, I just learned how to DJ. Was it Pussy Party that used to teach how to DJ?
Yes, Pussy Party across
out
the
Pussy
road
Party,
from
yeah.
right where we are. Yeah, they taught me how to DJ. It started off, actually, my DJing story actually started in this building.
Okay.
So downstairs from here was RHTC,
Shout out Fry Pan.
where lots of young creatives would come, hang out, chill, be around fashion, do some retail, do some shoots for upcoming clothing brands and stuff. And then we'd hang out, obviously. And then we'd pass around the aux or who's going to go on the Bluetooth. And then I'd go on the Bluetooth a lot, quite frequently. And people were getting into my music taste, like, oh, you got it going on. I'm like, oh, like people ask you, who's that? I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
let me put you on.
That's before Shazam was built in.
Before nailing Shazam, people
Yeah.
would wait for me, like, when we still all used Androids, like, do you have that album? Like, I have the album. I was like, I'll send you the album, sending out the album. You know, that was my thing. So, yeah, I started out like that. And then Pussy Party put out a tweet saying that they're trying to train new DJs, have someone play a selector set where basically you just press the next song, press next,
Yeah.
just to open a Pussy Party. Then a few people put me up, suggested that I go on. And I was like, I'm going to do it. So I did it. And yeah, I played my first selector set. I got a crash course before I got there because I got there really early. I was really nervous. So I was there like an hour before. And then I got a crash course. She was like, well, since you're here so early, like, let's just teach you a few DJing basics. So now she's teaching me how to transition, how to mix BPMs. She's teaching me how to record box, whatever. So I wasn't expecting that because I thought I was just here to, like, press next.
Number one select.
Yeah, like, I already had, like, the vibe of the songs in a list. So I was like, okay, cool. So I'm trying my thing. And then now that I have that, like, really mild knowledge, crash course knowledge, I try mixing, it doesn't go well. I'm like, let me just go back to selecting. And then, but obviously it was the opening set, so it was quite empty in the beginning, but yeah, I got them in the second half, and by the end of my set, it was full. People were
In
vibing.
the second half.
People were vibing with the girl. People were dancing, singing along. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I like this feeling. Like, more than the fact that I didn't know what I was doing, I really enjoy the feeling of people vibing to what I'm playing and dancing with me. And I'm one to, like, sing along while I'm DJing
Yeah.
and, like, rap along and really enjoy the music I'm playing. So it was nice to, like, really discover that this is what I like and this is what I want to do for a long time. And then afterwards, I was like, you need to teach me how to do that properly. Like, we need to do this again. Like, that wasn't really me, and that was really a vibe. Then I went for lessons diligently, like twice a week for hours and hours. I'd be like, just leave me, do your thing.
These were free, right?
Oh, yeah, they were free. Pussy Party gives out free lessons.
Yo,
They still
shout
do
out
it
Pussy
now.
Party.
I still do it now. And I just let her leave me while I figure it out. I'd come with songs that I want to try out for, like, my gigs and stuff. And I was really diligent about it. My friend and I were sharing a laptop at the time, so it was tough. But, you know, we made it happen. We made it shake. We made it pop. And then that was my beginning right across the road. And since then, I guess, God's favor, God's blessings, being in the right place at the right
How does one
time.
make money off DJ?
You get good.
Because you don't release songs. So usually the metric is that you release songs, you trade on radio, everyone wants to book it.
Yeah, right.
You a digital DJ.
Yeah.
How do you get booked?
There's going to be a time where you're not going to earn a lot of money because you don't really have a name yet. You don't really have a career to sort of back up a high rate, but you take every booking you can get because there's so much to learn from DJing for different crowds, DJing in different spaces, using different CDJs and different sound systems, getting used to that. And I think that kind of experience is really valuable more than it is like financially lucrative. So you go through that process and then you get good, you know, you start to up your rate, because we live in a digital age, you record yourself playing at certain places, you put that out there, just get really good. I think once you're really good and once you're in the right rooms, you just treat every gig as an audition for the next one. You never know who you're playing for. That gig that you take for granted, you're only getting $1,000, it's not that much. That gig could be the place that could be the time you're in the room with someone who's going to make you a star, someone who's going to put you on. And I guess that's what happened with me and how I got international. I was playing at Kitcheners, I was doing my thing, a 2-hour set for my friends and family, my loved ones, my community, and the right person was in the room and the right person asked me the right question to be like, would you like to DJ for Munchasanelli? And I was like, yeah. And it came from a gig that wasn't super high paying, that wasn't super illustrious, but I treated every gig like it was an audition for something bigger, and I think that's how you get paid. You never know who you're playing for, so make sure that you treat every gig with importance. Make sure that you treat it as though the person who could change your life is listening. And yeah.
Okay, cool. A lot of people know you as the cover girl.
They do.
I refer to you as the Table Magoo girl.
You know.
Because you're the first one before LVMH, during LVMH, even right now.
Yeah.
Right? What's the parallels between modeling, starting to model, and starting to DJ? Because we multifaceted creatives, right? Everyone can do 1, 2, 3. And in fact, most of the things we do are skills that we can earn, and get better at. Yeah. What's the parallels that you found between the two?
So I definitely started doing both at the same time in the same year. I'd get my modeling gigs from RHTC here, and then my DJing gigs from Kitcheners across the road. I was doing my thing.
Yo, shout out BRAAM.
Yo, BRAAM, here we are. This is where it began. This is a real full circle moment to be talking about it, sharing the story, and be exactly where it started, like exact. So I guess for me personally, I like to put on a show and a performance. So one, like appearance is a thing in modeling. Good skin, looking good, especially editorial modeling. Your makeup is always edgy, cutting edge, fresh. So I like to bring that into my DJing as well. I want to have a memorable look as well as a memorable set. For me, I don't know. It's just something I enjoy doing. But I think just like the experience of a DJ who's super good and super talented and super skilled, but also very beautiful and interesting to look at, and like stunning and just gorgeous and enjoying herself, but like her hair is pink and her eye makeup is crazy, and she looks stunning in photos. I love just marrying the two. I think it gives me an edge above your other DJs who just like look down and do their thing. I like to perform. I like to look interesting. I like to also be like whoa, like I want people to take a second look when they see me perform. So that's the one parallel. Otherwise, yeah, it's just something I've been doing concurrently, and I've tried to like separate as much as possible because it gets hectic to try and do both. But I guess when I do commercials and stuff, they allow me to like DJ in them and stuff, which I love because that's also my thing. So I've been lucky to be able to intertwine my DJing skills as an additional bonus to my modeling. Like, what special skill can you do? Can we record you DJing for this brand? I'm like, of course. So I guess it's that. Otherwise, they're so far from each other, I think, in practice and in expectation. So yeah.
What pays the rent at this moment?
What pays the rent is content creation and DJing. Modeling you pocket money, especially locally. Like, I'm just gonna say it. I had the privilege of modeling overseas last year, and that was incredible. Like that could pay a bond.
You're a runway girlie.
Editorial, runway, Vogue, yeah. And that could pay a bond. But you come back home, like modeling can be like pocket money. I don't do much commercial modeling because I'm more editorial and high end in my look. But I do commercial modeling when, it lands on my doorstep. But I wouldn't say it's a career path that anyone should pursue exclusively or just like in isolation to other career options. I think definitely have a lot of other things or something more stable going on and then pursue modeling as a side hustle or a hobby. But my rent is paid by content creation and DJing. And modeling is for a handbag, a new shoe, some makeup.
How does content creation pay? Because to the next person, it's like, someone gets a poster.
Yeah.
We all shoot reels right now. We're forced to know how to edit, etc., etc. Some people hire crew.
Yeah.
Some people are the crew.
Yeah.
And some people, it's just the internet. They're consuming, they're not creating. How does one become feasibly a content creator?
It's not a topic I'm an expert on just because I recently started myself. I was answering articles or like being interviewed for articles about being an influencer before I actually was one by profession. And I was like, who gonna tell them? Because, okay. But I still took the interview, the questions were general. And I realized I think it's because I'm influential and not necessarily an influencer by profession. So from that article, which came out about 3 years ago now, people or brands rather assumed, this is what she does.
Yeah.
And then the job started like flooding in. But I guess it's being a person of interest, showing brands that you're able to produce content, even if it's just for yourself, that's interesting, that's high quality, and that's conversation starting. I believe in being your own crew and doing things yourself as much as possible, until it becomes something that, breaks you down or you're at a breaking point. But definitely pick up those skills, editing your own reels, doing your own lighting, your own camera setup. One, it's cheaper, and two, you get to keep more money to yourself if you're just doing it yourself. But three, I think those skills are worthwhile in general. I think they'll always come in handy. And even in moments where you're not trying to make money off of them, I think it's really valuable to, if you want to create like really meaningful memories, being able to set up your own light, your own camera, being able to edit really effectively can just enhance that experience just in your daily life outside of just trying to make money off of it. But for me personally, I was called an influencer before I did it as a job, because I was influential in what I did. And I think that's what brands look for. And just consistency and, just like honor your deadlines, even though it's tough. If you can't, speak to the brand, talk to them, be honest about your challenges. And I think just do as much as you can on your own.
You talked about coming here and then feeling nostalgic, right?
Yeah.
How does it feel aging in creativity?
Because
now there's the new kid.
Let's talk about it.
And they're hotter and they post more. Okay, my bad. I apologize.
Maybe
they're hotter than me.
Maybe you.
Yeah.
They're
hotter than me.
Yeah.
But how does it feel? Because now they're doing the volumes, because they're doing the dance on the TikTok. They're dancing on the decks, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah. This is such a funny conversation because I've been shooting a lot in Cape Town recently, and I get on sets and I'm literally the oldest model on set. And I'm not going to give away my age, but like, it's different. 25. It's different. Like from being like a fresh face or a new kid on the block and then being the oldest and you're like, I'm not even old. So like, what does that mean? So I'm just like, okay, cool, whatever, it's fine. But I'm really a huge fan of people coming up and doing their thing, having it differently to the way that we had it. I'm definitely a huge supporter and a huge advocate for it being easier for those coming up like after us. I don't believe in that matric to grade 8 paradigm of we had Tsuchereza, you have Tsuchereza. No, like if we can be the ones who, or even for us, like paths relate for us to be able to do what we do with the ease that we do it, or with the difficulties or the new challenges that present themselves now that are nothing like the challenges of the past. I'm really a huge fan of, the kids doing their thing. I'm always putting my little sisters in the modeling industry on. If anyone wants to learn a DJ, I'm always putting them on to Pussy Party and other opportunities where they can learn that. I don't believe in gatekeeping. I think we need more DJs, we need more models, we need more fresh faces, more talent. And I'm really proud that like I'm someone who can be sort of like an inspiration to pursue that, even though it's like a they're very taboo industries, and it's difficult to know how you'll make it financially, or like how do you even become successful. But I'm glad to be someone that people can look at and be like, okay, it's possible. You know, I don't gatekeep. I don't think that, you know, they need to learn the hard way. Nah,
thanks and sliced bread.
Nah. I think I'm a huge believer in making space, opening up the industry. You know, I'm not going to do this forever, but I'm also a huge believer in diversifying. So I don't feel easily threatened or insecure or whatever. I'm actually really happy with the resurgence of young female DJs, it girls and models. I think the more the merrier.
You've been doing it, like you said, a couple of years now.
Yeah.
Still more years.
Let's say a couple, yeah.
Naomi Campbell, still more years. Still
Yeah.
more years. You need more stripes. What's the chat now in South Africa? Have we developed from the model where we were just getting paid a once-off fee to now there's a usage fee, they're using it again, etc., etc., etc. The technicalities in modeling.
Yes.
Is it improving?
Definitely improving. I think with the rise of social media platforms are becoming more video-based, which I love because people are always going to be on social media, but I like that we're able to use those platforms for information and education as well. I think it's important that aspiring models follow pages by older models who give tips on what to look out for in a contract, what to look for in an agency, how to best ask your agency to represent you. And yeah, I think when you have agencies that really protect the best interests of the model, it's really incredible just how much you can get out of a job. So usage fees are obviously how long the campaign or commercial is running, how long the pictures are used for. You get paid more if they get renewed for another year. Boom, another check. If they take it from social media to print, boom, another check. I think it's important that we grow even more in like just awareness of contractual agreements and what models are entitled to and what photographers are entitled to. There's always been like a bit of a tiff in that, like people seeing their images resurfaced and like recycled in like pillowcases and the photographer owns the rights, like just those kinds of conversations. Like how do we discern that?
What's your take on that? Like, do you think people should speak out publicly or is it another lesson in the game?
I think people should speak out publicly. I think it's incredibly embarrassing and like humiliating and also just heartbreaking to see your work turned into something that you don't get to profit from, but someone else does. Your likeness, your face, something I have a lot of experience in, I'm not new to, but I think we need a lot more awareness, protection, and just education for young models and creatives at large about what we do with a model's likeness, what we do with a model's images. Yes, they're on the photographer's camera, but what percentage of that belongs to the model, the physical body, the person?
It's still you.
Yeah, who's in those pictures. I think there's a lot more growth that needs to be had in the industry, but I'm a huge advocate for that. I'm doing a lot of work behind the scenes for that to happen. But yeah, we've come a long way, definitely, by far. Like, there's been a few like media scandals, public scandals where models have spoken out about mistreatment, ill treatment, not being paid, and those kinds of stories and those voices and just biting the bullet and being the one to say it. Those give people power and give people hope and give people the courage to speak up and not take things lying down. Scandalous.
What was your world tour experience like? We've talked about the hurdles, the things, but on the road, different airports, the stamps. At the airport, your name on an iPad.
My passport looks crazy right now. Yo, like the stamps, beautiful, just beautiful. It's unlike anything I could have ever dreamed or imagined.
All this off your skills.
It's unlike anything. The skills I developed across the road. It was honestly the best time of my life. Like, I'm a big crier, so I would cry a lot, like just in gratitude, like going to sleep in Germany, waking up in Portugal, like that just being your life is insane. And It was a very like rigorous tour, a lot of countries in a short space of time. So there was my team was also incredible. So there was a huge emphasis on like, we got to live in the now. We got to go hard now. Like, we'll sleep on the plane, we'll refresh, we'll take naps, but like, we are here right now. Like, you're tired, put some cold on your face, let's go right now. Let's go sightseeing. Whatever Instagram piece you want to take them now, don't wait for later. If your phone is dead, use one of ours, just living in the present and like really maximizing every second you have. It was incredible. I was in the best company. I was having a ball. I just got to meet so many people. And the best part, I think, is like coming back home and having people with all kinds of accents coming to me like, oh, I saw you in Portugal. I'm like, what? You remember me? And like, I'm in the business of being memorable. So that really is like my favorite thing. I don't even live in Cape Town, and women in Cape Town were like, you were great at Glastonbury. I'm like, what's that now? That's crazy. Like, my favorite thing. But it was incredible. I'm not gonna lie, airports are not the best, but you know, when you have the gratitude of everything you've ever wanted in your heart, you don't mind standing in a 6-hour queue. 6 hour. Having a 12-hour layover for a 2-hour flight. You know, even on your worst day, you are just so grateful and so happy, and you're taking everything in. And Gary movie, like, I wish my eyes were a camera. I wish
it can happen every 2 weeks.
Or monthly. It was incredible, and I'll never take that experience for granted at all. I've created a family and a network that I cherish so much and I hold dearly. We're always in contact. You know, big things coming. You know what I'm saying? But it was the best. The best.
Born in 23. Yeah. That's what we're calling it. It's the year of Pona.
Winning ideas. I love that about me. Yeah.
Wait again, the century high.
Wait again.
The century of Pona.
Every year since 2019, I've said this was my year. I did this and that. How am I gonna top it? I'm so like I'm sweating. Like 2019.
Go big on big.
2019 was the first year where I was like, how am I gonna top this? I don't know how I'm gonna top this. I don't know what I need to do. I need to invent something. Like this is getting crazy. 2020 COVID hit. I was like, okay, fine. If I don't top that, it's fine. You know, we're all kind of under the weather. 2020, I topped 2019. I shocked even myself. My whole family was like, okay, they started seeing me then. I was like, okay, yeah, I did it. 2021, even better, bigger, stronger, harder, iconic. Then that was the real year where I was like, okay, now I don't know how I'm going to top this. Like, I know I've been saying it every year, but now I actually don't know. I've hit a wall. 2022. I don't know. I just keep. The Tapelo di Lendile. Wait, thinking like even things I didn't think I was even things I didn't think to pray for because I thought, okay, that's a bit much. God said, nah. Like I'm giving you some more. So it's just been a good 5 years of like topping myself and doing better than I ever thought I could do. Just achieving goals that I didn't even dream of, like beyond my expectations, and then being like, how the hell am I going to top that? And then I do it. Then I'm like, so, I mean, it's been my year for a few years.
What's your word to the youth?
My word to the youth is, it wasn't easy.
But it had to be done.
It had to be done. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it. No, I think social media has a beautiful way of making things romanticized, glamorized, and seem like a walk in the park. But the BTS of it all is so like nasty. It's so unfair. It's so ugly. It's so just demoralizing. But I think my word to the youth would be that the harder it is to get there, the more worthwhile it will be to arrive. So I just made that up.
The longer the journey, the prettier the view.
Yeah. So just know that in your lows and in your downs and at your worst, that's when, I don't know, that's how you know. The theme of my life has always been going through it before I really win. Yeah, before I win. So every time I'm in a
darkness before dawn.
But like extreme, like trenches, you know, like really going through it, really in a bad place, not grand. but every time I'm in a bad place, I know, yo, the blessing's about to be made, the blessing's about to be lit. So always keep that mindset at your worst, at your lowest, that your blessings are about to multiply and unfold and be so much greater than you could have imagined when you're at your worst. Because I don't know, life has a funny way of showing you how bad it can get before it shows you how good it can get. So just allow it and don't give up. Just know when you're going through it, there's a blessing I need to stick around for. There's a win I need to hold on for. And that's been my biggest motivation to keep at it.
Juta de Beer. Ponahalo. Ponahalo Mojapelo. Thank you for coming to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Keep outdoing yourself. Keep outpacing everyone else. Stay shining.
Thank you.
Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe.